Right, guys, Liverpool have just beaten Brighton 2-0, and it wasn't the most convincing performance by Liverpool ever. Again, it's one of them where there's been a lot of them lately where Liverpool got the job done without really playing that great. The first 20 minutes were dominated by Brighton, I think, to be honest, without really creating many chances. Um, Liverpool barely got a kick, especially in the first 10. The only chance really was Sadio Mane had a half chance, which Lewis Dunk did really well to defend and stop him from scoring. But the first goal did come through Luis Diaz header from a really good pass from Joel Matip, or ball over the top, or sort of cross in a way. And it was a really good header because he had to be quite brave to put his head where it hurts, and it would have hurt a little bit with Robert Sanchez coming out with his leg at head height and and definitely catching Luis Diaz. I think Robert Sanchez can count himself very lucky to remain on the pitch after that. I think the majority of people would say that's probably a red card with how high his foot was. And but he did stay on the pitch. He didn't even get booked. But I think if that hadn't gone in, he definitely would have gone, to be honest. That made it 1-0. And to be honest, it wasn't a great game because there wasn't really that many chances. The only other chances I can really think of in that first half were Maupay had a shot from about 20 yards, which went just wide. Salah had a decent chance where he was played through by Robertson, took it past Yves Bissouma, and got the ball stuck under his feet slightly, and Robert Sanchez had it covered by the time he got the shot off. Liverpool definitely grew into it as the first half went on, but they still failed to really impress that much. Second half, Liverpool got a penalty and made it 2-0 again through Mo Salah, whose finishing was dreadful today again. It's been like that a lot the past few games. He just before he took the penalty, he missed a really good chance that was done really well created by Luis Diaz, who had a really good game today. Luis Diaz has been Liverpool's best player, I think, the past couple of games or so. He's the one who looks like creating something the majority of the time. And the penalty, it definitely was a penalty for me, because even though it was quite close range between Case's foot where he had the shot and Bissouma's arm, you can't have your arm sticking out like that and let the ball hit it and expect it not to be a penalty, because it's an unnatural position and it's a handball and it's a shot on goal as well, regardless if the shot was going quite a long way wide. The ref gave the right decision to give penalty. Salah put it straight down the middle to score his 20th Premier League goal of the season, which, I mean, is just another incredible achievement. I think he's reached 20 goals every season he's been at Liverpool in the Premier League, bar one, which was the year we won the league. And do you know how many goals he got that season? 19. So he is really Mr. Consistent in the Premier League at goal scoring over the past few years, because even though Harry Kane's been right up there with him most of the time, Harry Kane has had a couple of seasons, I think, where he might not have even hit the 15 goal mark. Obviously, this season he has only got something like 10. It might not even be 10. I think it's 8 or 9 goals. So Harry Kane does have an off season every now and again. But Salah has just been like Mr. Consistent the past few years, even if he isn't playing very well at the moment, which he isn't. Mane wasn't great either today. The two of them were just a bit greedy at times and didn't look to pass the ball to each other at all. Whereas Diaz, his decision making generally was quite good, and he was probably Liverpool's man of the match today. Him or maybe Joel Matip or Fabinho. Them three were the three best for me. Henderson also had quite a good game, but in the past, in the last 15 minutes, there was a couple of times where Liverpool were on the counter attack, and he made some absolutely shocking passes. It was quite interesting though to see the formation that Liverpool played today, because it was more of a 4-4-2 than a 4-3-3. Henderson was playing on the right of midfield most of the time, and it was more of a front two of Salah and Mane, Diaz on the left, and Keita and Fabinho in the middle. Or at least that's how it felt watching it at times anyway. Brighton know that they're just... I don't know if it's a case of they've realised that they haven't got any hope of getting a European spot this year, and their form's just gone downhill since. It could also be that they've lost a really important player in Dan Burn in the defence to Newcastle. But at the moment, they're on a really poor run of form. And yeah, they need a striker, but I also think they need another centre-back now as well, because today they only played with one real centre-back, didn't they, in Lewis Dunk? And they're going to struggle defensively if they don't have two good centre-backs playing. You need at least three now in the Premier League, don't you? Because one of them's going to get injured at some point. And Adam Lallana also made a 6-minute cameo at the start of the second half before getting injured. I remember he did the exact same thing in this fixture last season, came on at about half-time and got subbed off again. I really like Lallana as a player, but surely if you're training all week and you're absolutely fine, you must not be preparing properly on match day to get this many injuries in such a short period of time. But yeah, Liverpool have closed the gap again on Man City to 3 points. And yeah, City play on Monday, don't they, against Crystal Palace. So I'll be supporting the Eagles that night. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.